There's no sense in reenacting historical events if we're not learning from the historical events. A lot of people think we have, Well, it's been real rough back then. Yeah, because we didn't have indoor plumbing and we didn't have electricity. But no mention of forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal faithful peace there, right? You think if they were doing that, that they might be living a little bit better? You know, um, People aren't extorting, exploiting, and abusing. Share, care, given accordance to need, built to last. Instead of building big opulent palaces for assholes that think they own the countryside, everybody's sharing the countryside in peace and making sure everybody's needs are met really well. So they're not looting and pillaging or destroying the environment, just trying to stay alive. So when you have watching some of Flash Gordon again, and the SOS signal from the little dragon thing. And it's like, there's always an SOS, save our ship, you know. It might have split up, they might have capsized it, and I would go deep and broke water. They broke it in half. Because they took water. But that was before they did all this scientific research on it to find out what happened to the Edmund Fitzgerald, right? And they wired in, and they had water coming in. The good ship and crew were in peril. They never said that. The last of it was we're holding our own. He thought they were okay. They didn't even see it coming. So they were just dead because of philanthropy. And now they're death because of kindness with money, right? So forgive debt and trespass, love one eternal faithful peace, and then you won't be doing historical replications of insanity, because we're still stuck in insanity because people think they need to make money to deal with extortion, exploitation here on planet Earth, right? Don't imagine and envision, feel, not seems like that anymore. See the beautiful mountains in the background? I think that's San Francisco. That is San Francisco, right? I think it is. That's San Francisco, California, right? A very beautiful area with all that destruction from what's called a city, in the foreground. Beautiful mountains with all this beautiful ecosystem for people to live beautiful lives when you share, care, give, and accordance need, built to last. Instead of these big giant towers to egotistical manipulation and insanity that break out the scenery, breaking out a line, sign, everywhere a sign. Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the sign? Sign says anybody, you would be shot out of sight. Hey, what gives you the right? Right. Yeah, imagine that. Me working for you. Oh, I could work for me. I don't got any long hair anymore. I don't get to keep my long hair. Maybe in the future. We'll see. I ain't got a lick or an ounce of vanity left in my entire body. Okay, not an ounce. Right? I used to could, because you feel insecure because you want to be attractive to people so you can get affection, you know. And now it's like, man, if I'm not attractive to people for affection, fuck them. It's just fuck them, fuck you. Yeah, bye. To let the screen door hit you on your way out, right? Girl, your eyes have a mist of a smoke of a dis. You go Lucifer yourself. I ain't interested, man. I have no interest in people that will not stand up for the Lord's Prayer today. Tomorrow, we'll see. I know there's some extenuating circumstances for a lot of people. They keep telling me that. I think it's all just ego problems myself. Yeah, I think so. I think if people get together, you know, and decide, he's right, thoroughly, and they can do this. Because I watched a little thing with a little girly girl they had on there. It said, "This is terrifying." Girl talks to Jesus, and the little girl, she's a little blondie cutie. She's in there, and she's got the thing up her nose, and she's in a sling, right? And she's sitting there, and the mom's talking to her. Mom's filming her because she takes out her phone because she said she's hugging Jesus, right? What are you doing again? I'm hugging Jesus. I'm giving Jesus a hug. I'm hugging Jesus. All right. And then she was sitting there and they're still filming her because she's talking, right? She's got a thing up her nose to help breathe, and she's probably medicated. She's in distress, and so she's doing what her parents and her family told her to do when she's in distress. What do you do? I'm going to go hug Jesus, right? And see, he say anything to you? Because everybody wants to get that to trend, right? No, I'm just hugging him. Well, she's a smart little girl. She's hugging, giving me a hug. So Jesus will do that. He will hug you. Ask Harriet Tubman, right? So she's sitting there hugging him, right? And then they asked what he said, and he said to take care of your family. Keep your family safe. Take care of your family, right? And that's what he said. And then she started later on going through, and she was reciting Gospels. She was saying Joshua, John, Esther. She was going through the whole Luke, Matthew, Galatians, Corinthians, so on and so forth. The ones written by Paul and Peter, so forth, right? And the translation was, of course, coming up wrong, like when I say Rio Bravo and it says real Bravo. Okay, so the translation wasn't getting Corinthians and all that because it's a little girly girl and she's talking and she's got the thing up her nose and she's probably sedated to help her with some pain through something hurting her. She's talking, and then they get her in the car the next day, and she goes, what happened? She goes, well, I was hugging Jesus. She goes, what do you look? They asked what he looked like. He's got brown hair. He's got a beard, kind of a beard, and brown hair, and he's got a white robe. And then on the next day, she sees his brown sandals. He remembered his brown sandals because he walked her across this river, walked across the water to her. Right? So she needed a miracle to prove that was him. He showed up, and then she hugged him, and he said, protect your family, right? And under the thing, it said, this is terrifying. I was like, so I had to go watch it because I was like, it's terrifying. Little girl talks to Jesus and it's terrifying, right? How is that terrifying? She had me crying. she had me in tears. She's so sweet. She's hugging Jesus. She's so cute. She's hugging Jesus. And what did Jesus say? Take care of your family. Protect your family. Take care of your family, right? And she's sick, and at first your thing is she dying? Because how's this, But no, she was in the hospital. She was sick, and he said protect her family, right? And probably maybe some liberal people to the south. This is terrifying. It's like they're doing genocidal operations for people that perceive them. They perceive as self-righteous hypocrites. Okay, the little girl's told, when you're in distress, go to him, and he'll keep you safe and help protect you. And because she did that, and then they filmed it, and the guy who's most like Jesus watched it, take care of your family, protect your family. When people are doing their best and they're being manipulated by the guilty and they're trying their best to be innocent and trying their best to understand the Gospels when they're manipulated by genocidal corporations that gave us lots of mass murder, especially the Holy Crusades and stuff like that, in the name of Christ. The innocence of children like John Denver, their innocence and trusting could clear a cloudy day. And she's so cute. She had me smiling. She was so cute. She had me smiling in the car. First, she had me crying when she was laying in the hospital bed. Is she going to be okay? Is she okay? What's wrong with her? Is she all right? And then the next day when I saw her in the back of the vehicle going home, then I was smiling. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you, right? And she was having a hard time. Yeah, I've been there, done that. My Kate, my Emily, Natalie, not so much. She was the toughie who bit her tongue, and we ended up on Christmas Eve we were going to go to church. We ended up at the emergency room because she was playing around, rumbling across the bed and bit her tongue. And they told us, I thought, no, do they stitch? No, they don't stitch, and the tongue heals real quickly, but it bleeds a lot. Yeah. Oh, she was fine about halfway through the emergency room visit. They went and saw her and said, she's going to be okay. And okay. But she was bleeding everywhere when she bit her tongue. That little cutie pie. Ray, yeah, she fell off into the bed. We set her on the bed and she went after something. There was like a balloon on this side of the bed. She went scrambling after it and went wham off the side. And I went, holy shit. Yeah, no, that's Ray. Cat, go get Cat. Meow. She's always been that way. Natalie? Malaki, my mom, when we were working on the car, I think I told you guys this story many times. We were sitting there and she got in trouble and Mom put her in her room, right? And the two kids' rooms were right side by side because the the floor plans were the exact opposite on each apartment. They were right across the stairwell from each other. And the one little girl got put in, or kid, a little boy or girl got put in their room and was crying. Like this, right? Then Natalie gets put in her room. And Patrick goes, sounds like she's possessed. And she's saying she's going to kill all of us. And it's like, yeah. And I think the other kid figured it out because the other kid just shut up. All the other kids' worries are gone. It's like, okay, that one's she's. And Patrick's like, Dad? I'm like, it's going to be okay. It's just Natalie. Dad? That's just my Ray. She just, rah. She had that in her. She was just, rah, rah, rah. And it took a while. And then she trusted me everywhere and followed me everywhere. And, I think it was right after she got the rotavirus and threw up on Mommy's head. When we ended up in the shower together, because she pooped and she had projectile vomiting and diarrhea. And she threw up all over Amy, and then she pooped all over me. And it was, when you're covered in projectile diarrhea, and Amy went off in the other room screaming because she pooped on her head. And I was looking at Natalie, and I told her no, and she did it. I'm like, I swear she did it on purpose. All over her mom's head. And I had to keep everything to keep from laughing, right? Because Amy gets up, because she was kind of a brat to Natalie a lot of times. And so I think she was miserable. It was coming out, so I just, I turned the shower on where it was lukewarm, a little more than lukewarm, but it was comfortable to clean us off. And I got the washcloth towel and put it over my midsection because I was covered in diarrhea, and so was she. And I just held her on my chest, and she just let it go, just ran the shower on us, just sat on the thing on the shower and held her up on the tub because it was a tub shower. I sat on the edge of the tub with her on my chest so she could lay there, and then just kissed her little head and just let her, just get it out, baby, just get it out. And she just sat there, and I think that was like our bonding moment. That sounds horrible. She had the rotavirus. It was really tough. It was really hard. Poor baby. Yeah, and that was the moment when, she was cute. But that she was always like right by my side, and a lot like Patrick was, And I still had issues with her. I still had to, Natalie, no, because especially street thing with Patrick, I would tell him, hey, no, and he'd listen. And I'd smack him in the bottom and say, you'd rather have Dad hit you than that car hit you, right? Didn't work with Natalie, no. No, you can. And I'd grab her hand, I'd squeeze it to what would hurt. I go, no, you hang on to me because this hurts. I know, but getting hit by a car hurts permanently. You're gonna hold on to my hand willingly. No, she didn't want to take me. She wanted to go running. And I'm like, no, you cannot go run and play in the street or the parking lot. No. And you couldn't spank her. It wouldn't deter her. You had to try to find. She was that character. She was funny. And the other one was in church. She hated church, and I was like, I get it. And they took the little entryway out of it. It was at St. Andrews. I think it was St. Andrews. St. Stephen's was in Santa Fe, right? But it was St. Andrews, and it was also St. Andrews, I think, I don't know if it was in Cruces, or was St. Stephen's in Sierra Vista? I can't remember. But we were sending lots of the little Episcopal purses. They were cute. The one in Sierra Vista was gorgeous. Had a big glass background with the huachucas in the background. It was really pretty. Yeah. The one in Santa Fe was pretty too. They were all cute. St. Andrews, before they remodeled it, was really quaint and cute, but it was too small to accommodate them economically, so they remodeled it. I was like, you guys ruined it. It was all quaint and little and tiny and cute. But it had the little entryway thing in there, and that's where me and Natalie spent all the services. Because she would throw a fit, and the old ladies would bitch, and I would take her in there and let her play. She'd sit out there, I totally agree. And then there was Noah. Noah wasn't bad. Noah was the show. Natalie was like, well, she went bad. You just went into the entryway, and I let you play. Yeah, with Noah, he just kind of like, and good old Father Al, yeah, the old ladies didn't like him. He did a Mexican church before that in Mexico, or down southern Arizona near the Mexican border. He loved it. He loved having the kids in the thing playing because he basically said, if you don't have kids, you don't have a church, right? If it's just old people trying to get into heaven, it's nobody wants to just, well, they all be dead soon and the whole congregation's gone, right? So you need the kiddos, right? So he said, well, so we need the kids playing while I talk. And what will be heard, and who's listening will be listening. But the most important thing here at a sermon in a church is the kids playing. And he was homosexual, and a lot of people. But I was like, he was one of the coolest guys. Al Holland, yeah, really good guy. Okay, I liked him a lot. Father Al. We did the mystery dinner thing I was the Kamehameha guy, and my wife was the. I think Amy was the killer. So, if I recall, but yeah, it was funny. But yeah, I liked Father Al a lot. He was a really good guy. And but yeah, he loved Noah, and just let him go. Just let him go. He'd be in the aisles doing hula dances and doing whatever Noah does, and yeah, and then Natalie would join him. It's like, ever since Noah showed up, this is great. Yeah, it is. Yeah, he was fun. He did that everywhere we went. Just turn him loose. Okay. Emily was more the little blue-eyed gazer. She'd sit and look and watch everything. There goes Noah. Natalie's following along. Noah's doing something silly. Natalie's being gorgeously Natalie. Natalie, gorgeous, cute Natalie. And there goes Noah. And Emily's just watching with those little blue eyes. Oh, yeah, she's so cute. She would just watch and watch him. And then she wanted to run around and play. And then when she got asthma, she couldn't. And that was just heartbreaking. It was absolutely heartbreaking. Yeah, she would want to run and play just as much or the most. And she couldn't because of the asthma. And so you're like, oh, gosh. I hate industrialization, abuse, and psychotic tribal behaviors and stuff. And guys, you need to understand, like David Rockefeller allegedly in The Playground of My Mind told Charlton Heston, "Dear Charlton, you know what self-righteous means? Thinking and believing you're right when you're obviously vulgar and, of course, you're wrong. So forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace." How does that only apply to the banking industry of Abrahamic perception of religion and not apply to the evolutionist of rip apart your gender with a surgical process and I vote and I want abortions? And how does forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace? You might want to stay the sex you are. You're going to want to think about having a kid or two after you meet somebody that you want to spend the rest of your life with instead of fuck because you're just trying to do time. You know what self-righteous means? Thinking and believing you are right when you're obviously fucking wrong, right? Just because David Rockefeller set up this thing for self-righteousness doesn't mean it's a guarantee that all you left-wingers are going to be able to kill all the right-wingers that are ignorant. And they're still ignorant because they're large. They're manipulated. I learned that on Facebook. The way that the atheist and the scientist was set up their own group to be slaughtered verbally by me. They would attack me. Someone needs their med. Someone's on their you're not on your medications. I'm getting my wackadoodle alarms going off. It's like, what the fuck is? I thought you guys were scientists, atheist, skeptical scientists. Okay, what part of the brain is the wackadoodle alarm? Where I missed out on that last movie with with the things with the emotions and the fear and I didn't see the wackadoodle alarm part. Empathy, apathy, joy. What were they? I don't know what they were. I didn't watch it. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. Freud had told me about me not listening to stuff. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so but you're funny. I took that from a Farrelly Brothers movie. Yes, I did. Well, it's one of my Amy's favorite movies. We watched it like 400 times. Literally. No, I'm just kidding. Not that many times. She might have. Okay. Not me. No, it's not even close to 100, but a lot, In the 20s. Yeah. Yeah. I love you, Harry, because you're a regular guy. Yeah, pull over and hold his cardigan, so thanks for noticing. Yeah, and then watching the people at the when he's saying goodbye to Mary at the airport and they're having to redo the shots and seeing all the background people. Amy and James can point out everything. Watch this. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, you guys have watched this movie too many times. Gosh, this never happens in a Scooby-Doo movie. It does. What they have is they use similar shots over and over again because of the cost of production. Lou Swimmer explained it. You know, yeah, you do this, and we thought you gave you a high quality product, but a lot of times you had to use the same shots and same battle sequences because of the cost of production. You have to get the job done. They had a time to get it done, and it costs a lot of money to get it done. Okay. So that's why when you watch our Aquaman, you have a lot of similar shots throughout the thing because they have to get it done for marketing, and they only have so much money to put into the product. Understand? Okay. Okay. So, but yeah, no, I watched how I thought it was adorable. The little girly girl, she was so cute. I forgot her name, and I erased the history. So, but it's like Adam told me, "What's in a name, beloved?" You know. When I first talked to him, you know, Father Adam and Mother Eve, and you don't need to know my name, you just need to feel the love, the faithful love. Can you feel the love tonight? Right, so yeah, he was a large black man, yeah. Father Adam, yeah, was a very large black man, and Mother Eve was large, very big people. Yeah, well, it was in a galaxy far, far away, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Really, it is. Well, you got to understand the galaxy was different then, and it was a long time ago and far, far away from where we are today. Past, present, future do operate at the same time. Okay. But you're on a planet where they once had dinosaurs. Okay. And now we don't have a lot of those dinosaurs. And no, they were not on the ark. No, you're not going to. No, he wasn't looking to repopulate. Oh, yeah. All the animals of the world were in one spot in the Middle East. They were dispersed across the world. How was that? How did we do that one? When the water dropped down, they walked to where the God told them to go. Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree, Mary, Mary, king of the bushes. He laugh, Kookaburra gay your life must be. Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree, Mary, Mary, king of the bushes. He laugh, Kookaburra gay your life must be. I ain't buying it. Carol. No. No, there are many tales about people getting similar prayers to do that because of glacial shifts. And there was going to be a flood and wash away in the river and the rain. Only it was going to be more devastating than what Roger Miller's talking about. In your muddy bubbles. I mean, like what happened with the little kiddos in Texas, and that's why I get real mad about people. The Lord does this, or what do you think the Lord was thinking when those kids died in Texas this summer? Okay. Don't blame the Lord for what people do in the name of philanthropy to hoodwink the poor and abuse them incessantly through extortion, exploitation, and bad thinking through economic interaction. Okay, those children did not deserve to be washed away in that river in the rain because and me and Dad were saying that. I was like, Dad, in our time, we you didn't do that. They didn't put kids in the arroyos and camps, and they wouldn't do that. They knew better. Okay, they wouldn't put a camp there. They wouldn't let them. No, you're not going to put our kids in that camp there. What happened to this flash flood season? That's in the arroyo there. So they wouldn't allow that. Okay, so somehow along the way, because they're doing genocidal operations of trying to get the people they think, oh, well, their religion is bad, it's a scourge on humanity. So you'll mass murder children that you're manipulating with economics and won't allow them the true access to the Messiah, who's the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree, Mary, Mary, king of the bushes. He laugh, Kookaburra gay your life must be. How queer of you. It's queer eye for the straight guy. Hi, how's it going? Forgive, debt, and trespass, love, one eternal, faithful peace. The rest of the stuff, it'll take care of itself. Yeah. I can explain Leviticus better than you think you know Leviticus. I'm the eternal spirit of the the man who, you know, gee, Ray Stevens time? Ray Stevens time. Jesus loves the little children, all the little children of the world. Red and yellow, black or white, they are precious in his sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world. Everything is beautiful in its own way. I gotta put that on the MP3. Like a starry summer night, a snow-covered winter's day. It freaked me out. That's the dude who sings The Streak? Nah, there ain't no way that is the dude who sings The Streak. Ray Stevens got a pretty good voice, yo. Under God's heaven. It's a limerick, I get it, but it's well intended. And when your intentions are the best, the Lord understands. He knows your heart. Okay? Your Father who sees in private will reward you openly. Okay? I can protect people with technology from technology. I just can't protect them from naysayers. Okay? I can't protect you from your sin, but I can protect you from other sinners trying to abuse you with their sin. Okay, guys? I love you. That's the way it works. It's just, it applies in physics. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna kookaburra laugh. Gay, you're supposed to be queer eye for the straight guy. I got this. Okay. I love you guys. All right. We'll talk later, man.